YouTube, guess what? I just passed my real estate exam. I am so happy. I took it twice. Third time's the charm. Twice though. It's like the first couple of times was a little difficult, but I went back, studied twice as much, and I'm gonna give you tips and advice on how to pass the first time because I should have did it the first time. All right, see you guys later.
It's just really a lot of excitement. Why? Because I passed and I'm a licensed real estate agent. So that's super exciting. I want to give you guys tips on how to pass the first time. Because like I mentioned, I should have passed the first time. For some reason, I couldn't, and there's a lot of information on that test I didn't get. I passed the test without doing a crash course or spending like $400. Go look at that, and my advice is if you want to, I mean, a lot of people pass using the crash course on the first time. I did it on the third time because I actually went back, studied even twice as long, like the day before the test. I studied 7 hours before. I scored my test for 1300, got there around 11, studied for 2 more hours before I took the test, and I was able to pass. So studying goes a long way, and if you know the national portion of the test, all the vocabulary and stuff like that, the test ain't really that hard, because I mean, what makes the test hard is the wording. Wording is probably the hardest part of the test because it's a lot of nonsense. Just like if you're reading a question, you should sit there and find the key parts in the question. So if you're reading a question, there's like 4 sentences in it and you're like, wow, this is a lot. I'd say read it super slow, the vocabulary word, and you know it. When you go to look at the answers, the vocabulary word will be in there described. So that's my advice for that. Other advice is watch YouTube videos. The best person I was watching that had the best information, his name was Preppy. I'll leave a link in the bottom for his videos, but you go watch him. A lot of his videos are very informational, and he gives you a lot of great tips on how to memorize stuff to make the test easier. So I'd advise that. I also used just the real estate exam prep on YouTube. It was like 1 hour and 15 minutes. I watched like 6 of them because once you know the vocabulary and you want to test your knowledge, if you watch those videos, it gives you like questions that you'll see on the real estate exam. So you can test your knowledge and see how much you need to study. And the best part about, the good part about failing a test, but something that they do is you're actually able to see what you did bad in if you fail it, and you can focus more on that section. But however, you need to actually go through all information again. Don't just focus on that one area, because the next test might be focusing more on valuations appraisal, and let's say you did bad in contracts. So there might not be a lot of contracts on that test this time. They're more focusing on the value and appraisal. So make sure you keep studying all of it, but focus on the sections that you did the worst in. So I'm gonna show you mine.
So if you look and see, you can see that I did really bad in this section right here. Definitely improved on it. This was the second time I took it, I got 66%. The first time I got 66%. However, I lost my first paper and I don't know where it went. So
5 tips I can give you right now that will benefit you greatly. When you take the test, read through the questions, read through all 150, take the full amount of time to pass it. It doesn't matter if you finish your test in an hour. I'm telling you, you want to go back through, reread the questions, and make sure you're getting what the question is asking. Because if not, you might overlook a question and it's not going to work. So I'd say reread the questions at least 2-3 times before you press that enter button. Go through all the questions that you think that you are iffy about and you're not sure, and make a tally mark on your whiteboard. And it'll give you a general idea that you can miss up to 43 questions on the test before you fail. So it'll give you an idea on questions you should go back and look at specifically at and actually read it more detailed, so that way you can give yourself a better estimate of how many questions you might actually miss. If you honestly don't know the answer to the question, I would say if you read C and it sounds remotely right, I would pick C. Just go with C, because I mean, what you got to lose? C, as anyone has ever told anybody, a test, C is usually the answer. So if you absolutely don't know it and you read C and it sounds right, I would pick it. Study the day before as much as you can. Like study 2-3 weeks out, but that day before your test, study, go back through, reread everything, make sure you understand it. Practice with somebody. Maybe your spouse, your mom, dad, friends. Practice with them, have them sit there and read off questions to you, and you try to guess the vocabulary. Well, you don't need to guess, you need to know the vocabulary, so ask them to do vocabulary practice words with you so that way you can get that in your mind better and you'll do a lot better. But yes, I'm excited. Stay tuned for more videos because I'm actually going to be going to the office a lot more, and I'm excited to show you guys my beginning stages of my real estate career. So first day career was June 2018. So we're going to see where I'm at in 2 years. Hopefully you guys are along for the ride. But as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, press your notification button so you can be informed about what's going on.